Hey there. Today, we're going to unpack a really beautiful and powerful metaphor. It's all about what it means to feel broken, and how sometimes just the right person can come along and be the frame that puts all our pieces back together.
I think we've all been there, right? That feeling of being scattered, maybe a little incomplete. You're not quite sure how all your different parts are supposed to fit together. Well, that feeling is exactly what we're going to dive into today.
So, the whole idea boils down to two really simple but incredibly powerful images. You, or the self, as a puzzle, and a loved one as the frame that holds it all together. Let's break down what each of those really means.
So on one side, you've got the puzzle. That's the self, feeling fragmented, with every piece torn apart. But then, on the other side, you have the frame. Now, the frame isn't there to solve the puzzle for you. No. Its job is to provide the support, the structure, that lets all the pieces connect, helping those jagged edges fade away.
And get this, it goes even deeper. The frame does more than just help assemble the pieces. It actually brings clarity. It brings identity. Before, the search was aimless. The self was kind of undefined. But with the frame's gentle help, the pieces don't just fit. They finally get a name. They finally have a purpose.
Okay, so to really get why this frame is such a huge deal, we first need to look at the before picture. We have to appreciate the state of the puzzle before the frame showed up. Let's look at the kind of words used to describe this feeling of brokenness.
It starts with this image of just total disarray. Think about it for a second. The pieces aren't just out of place, they are completely scattered. They're exposed with absolutely no sense of order or direction. And then it gets worse. It's not just that things are out of order. There are parts that are literally missing. They're lost somewhere in the dark. You can't see them. You can't account for them. On top of all that, look at the pieces themselves. Even the ones that are there, they're damaged. Their edges are chipped and broken, which makes it feel almost impossible to imagine how they could ever fit together.
And what do you get when you put all that together? Well, you don't. The overall picture, that cohesive sense of self, is just completely unrecognizable. This isn't just an unsolved puzzle, it's the ruin of one.
So, what makes this one particular frame so special? Well, a big part of the answer is found in all the people who tried to help before, but, they only made things worse. And that contrast is absolutely everything.
And here is the absolute key difference. Other people, maybe past relationships, they saw the person as a problem to be solved, not a picture to be understood. They tried to force pieces into places they just didn't belong, which only created more friction, more damage.
You can just feel the damage from those failed attempts, can't you? They didn't just fail to help, they actually caused more harm, leaving corners torn and empty. And maybe worst of all, when things got hard, they gave up, just walking away and leaving the puzzle in an even more fragile state. But then, everything shifts. This is the turning point. The arrival of the right person. The frame, it changes the whole game, and not through force, but through this gentle, patient, and really understanding process.
I just love how this breaks down the process. It starts with just seeing, with observation, noticing what's missing. Then comes acceptance, not judging the imperfectness, the broken lines. And finally, the action itself is patient and so careful. Put me back together slow. It's a process of restoration, not some quick fix.
And this, right here, this is the magic ingredient. It's that profound sense of being completely and totally known. The frame doesn't need a map or a set of instructions because on some fundamental level, they already understand every single fragment. And that deep knowledge is what allows for real healing, completely free from judgment.
So what happens when someone finally does this? What's the end result of this gentle, knowing restoration? Well, the transformation is total. It's a shift from complete chaos to this profound sense of meaning and wholeness.
I mean, look at this transformation. It is night and day. That feeling of being scattered becomes together. All that internal chaos finally finds meaning. And, I think most powerfully, that state of being scared and vulnerable transforms into a feeling of being made. Complete. And you get this gorgeous, vibrant result. It's not just that the pieces now fit together, it's that the whole picture comes to life. The colors start aligning, which just suggests this harmony, this beauty, and a sense of rightness that just wasn't there before.
And this is where it all leads. The damage is healed. Those jagged edges fade away. The parts that were lost are found, and they're brought back into the fold. The puzzle is no longer just a collection of broken fragments, but a complete, coherent whole, held securely by its frame.
It's such a powerful way to think about connection, isn't it? And, a frame doesn't have to be a romantic partner. It can be a friend, a family member, a mentor, even a whole community. It really makes you think, who or what is the frame in your life? And maybe just as important, for whom are you a frame? That's something worth thinking about. Thanks for joining us.